A lot of people use the strategy with these vocab questions of just testing the four answer choices, plugging them back into the sentence, and seeing what kind of feels right. And that can be a valid strategy. That's not bad to do. But what I like to do instead is to read the lines first without seeing the choices and see if my gut has like a feeling about what I would say in those lines, in that blank. And if I have a word that comes to mind, that's a good sign that I know what kind of definition needs to go there. And so then I look for a word in the choices that means the same thing. And in this case, I get a very strong feeling about what should be in that blank. Let me show you how I get to it. Some scientists have suggested that mammals in the Mesozoic era were not a very blank group, but paleontologist her research suggests that early mammals living in the shadow of dinosaurs weren't all ground-dwelling insectivores, so they weren't all one thing. Fossils of various plant-eating mammals have been found in China, including species like this, which Luo says could glide like a flying squirrel. So, okay, I'm going to just steal the word various here. The blank is something like they weren't a very varied group, right? So some people say they're not varied, but she says no, they are, okay? So we are looking for a word like varied, and diverse is just a dead-on hit. That's a perfect synonym. So I'd be pretty confident that's right just from my guess, but we can look at the other choices. Predatory has to do with what they eat, and that's not really coming up here. Obscure, we're not talking about whether or not they're well known or not. Obscure means kind of like hard to understand or not very common, and so we're not talking about the rarity of these animals. And localized, they're dinosaurs. I don't know where they're local to. I guess everywhere. They're talking about a specific era, not a specific place. So time and place are different things. That local doesn't make any sense here. So C is what I expected, and it does have the best fit. But yes, I do this so that I don't fall for traps, because I'm always aware of how the SAT comes up with the wrong answers. And they are sometimes things that make sense, sometimes things that could sound okay. Maybe they kind of jog our memory of some other passage or some other fact that we know from just normal life, current events. And so we maybe go towards the wrong answer because of knowledge that we have. But if I stay focused on the lines themselves at first, I am hopefully getting my gut answer only from those lines. And so that helps me avoid the traps because there's nothing, no bias, just what the lines are telling me to go for. So it's one strategy among many that you can use to help you with these vocab questions.